Thanks for checking out this video. Before we start, I am not a financial advisor and none of this should be considered financial advice. This tool is for educational and personal planning purposes only. It does not constitute financial, tax, legal or investment advice. All projections are estimates based on the values that you enter and are not guaranteed. Hi and welcome to this quick overview of the AI Ready Retirement Income Planner. I just wanted to show you what this actually does because once you see it in action it makes sense pretty quickly. This is the AI Ready Retirement Income Planner. It's a single HTML file, no app to install, no subscription, no account. You open it in your browser and it just works. Windows, Mac, whatever you've got. Everything you type saves automatically and it never leaves your machine. The core idea is this: retirement income isn't the same every year. Your costs change, your income sources switch on and off, your social security kicks in, Medicare kicks in, required minimum distributions start, and this planner models all of that across 5 separate life phases with real tax calculations, healthcare costs and portfolio tracking, all updating live as you edit. Let's start with version 1 and walk through how this actually works. So this is the overview tab, and this is where you'll spend most of your time. Each card is one phase of retirement. By default they run from age 59 and a half, the earliest you can touch a 401k without penalty, right through to 80. Here's phase 2, phase 3, phase 4 and phase 5. These are broken up by key financial milestones. 62 is when Social Security first becomes available, 65 is Medicare, 67 is full retirement age, 72 is when required minimum distributions start forcing you to take money out of your 401k whether you want to or not. Now the number you're watching on every single card is the ending balance. That's how much is left in the pot at the end of that phase, and it's what gets passed on to the next one. You want every phase to end healthy. If any phase runs dry, everything after it is in trouble, and the planner makes that obvious. So here's the ending balance for phase 1, the ending for 2, 3, 4 and 5. Here's the thing I really want to show you. You don't have to go to a separate settings page to tweak things. You can edit directly in the card. So if I want to pull a bit more from my 401k in this phase, I just click the number right here and change it. And watch, the ending balance updates instantly, the tax estimate updates, the net income figure changes, all of it is recalculated on the fly. That live feedback is what makes it so fast to find the right withdrawal mix without guessing. Now this is really important for anyone on the Affordable Care Act marketplace insurance in the US. The planner is constantly checking your income against the federal poverty level thresholds. If you go over the 400% level, you lose your subsidies. It flags it here on the card. The same goes for IRMAA. If your income pushes you into Medicare surcharge territory from age 65 onwards, you get a warning. And these aren't just labels, the actual premium costs in the numbers change too, so you see exactly what it's costing you in real money. Now it's showing us that the ACA premium is now nearly $500 if we choose to withdraw this amount from our account, so let's put it back to a reasonable amount. Up here in the toolbar, there's a running total of estimated tax across all phases combined. This is basically your score. Every time you adjust a withdrawal and bring it down, that's money staying in your pocket. If you want to set everything up from scratch, starting balances, growth rates, your social security estimate, Medicare costs, that's all here in the Edit All Values tab. Organized into sections, portfolios, income sources, tax parameters, and right at the top, the currency selector. This is baked in from version 1. You can work in US dollars, British pounds, Philippine pesos, or Thai baht. The planner fetches live exchange rates automatically, or you can pin your own in if you prefer. So if you're a British expat who retired in Southeast Asia, or if you're still in the UK planning ahead, you can already see everything in the currency that makes sense to you. So here we are in Great British Pounds. This is if we want to see the values in pounds, and just watch how the tax treatment changes when we become a UK resident. The Scenarios tab runs a pessimistic, base case and optimistic view side by side, good for a quick sanity check before you commit to a plan. One last thing on version 1, the Replan button. If you're already partway to retirement, you enter your current age and the actual balances, and the dashboard trims off the past phase and restarts from where you actually are today. Really useful if you want to do mid-retirement course correction. So let's say the age is 62 here. We're going to apply and recalculate. You'll see that phase 1 disappears, and now everything has been recalculated to start from the age of 62. There is also a light and dark mode, and we have a help button here which gives step-by-step instructions on how to use this. Currencies, features, withdrawal strategy, and analysis and AI. When you have tweaked it and got all these balances to look good, then we can take the AI advisor prompt here just by copying it. It copies all the values that you've set up here in the dashboard, now become part of this prompt, and you can basically copy and paste this prompt into the AI engine of your choice, and it will analyze it and it will give you some feedback on your strategy to let you know how you're doing. So if we look at this one, for example, it's showing us things that we're doing well, things that we're not doing so well, things that could change or be improved. So the idea is we read this and we take the suggestions, and then we put the updated information into our planner and try again. And we keep doing that until we have a plan that is perfectly optimized. Let's go on to version 2. First of all, this is a big one for Americans, the Social Security Optimizer. You enter your benefit at full retirement age and it calculates your lifetime payout for every possible claiming age from 62 to 70, accounting correctly for early claim reductions and delayed credits. What you're looking for is the crossover point where waiting longer stops paying off given your spending plan. It's a decision most people get wrong, and having the numbers in front of you makes it a lot cleaner. Second, if you're married or filing jointly, you can now enter spouse's social security benefits too, and the tax calculations automatically switch to married filing jointly. And if we click this, oh, there, it's already selected. But if I go to single filer, you'll see that the MFJ disappears. And if we click here, then these parameters come back and these are back in play. Third, Roth IRA. Enter your starting balance. Set per phase withdrawal amounts. Roth withdrawals are completely tax-free and don't count towards your MAGI, which makes them the primary tool for keeping ACA subsidies intact and avoiding IRMAA. You can also model Roth conversions in phase 1 and 2. Most people want to do conversions in the early phase while their income is lower, and there's still headroom to lower the tax brackets. So now looking at version 3. Version 3 adds two things. Rental income. If you've got an investment property, you can now enter the rental income phase by phase. It's treated as ordinary income and included in your MAGI, so the ACA cliff warning and IRMAA checker will both react to it automatically. And Roth conversions are now available in every phase, not just the first two. That's useful if you want to model a longer conversion ladder into phase 3 and 4 before required minimum distributions arrive and push your taxable income up voluntarily. I think it's worth mentioning that from version 3 onwards we have a setup wizard included. So click this and you can just go through this setup wizard here, and it allows you to kind of easily get things set up ready for you to kind of start tweaking. Okay, let's look at version 4. Version 4 is where things open a lot for international users. You can now set your own phase boundary ages. The defaults 62, 65, 67 and 72 are US-centric starting points. If you're in Canada, where OAS starts at 65, or in the UK where the state pension is 67, you can shift the phase breaks to line up with your actual income events. Type a new age, everything else adjusts automatically. Click CAD and the whole dashboard switches to Canada. A new section appears in the Edit tab for CPP and OAS, your Canada pension plan and old age security, with configurable start ages and cost of living adjustment rates. The tax calculations use Canadian federal brackets. The phase cards show everything in Canadian dollars. And we can choose to view our dashboard here in Canadian dollars. Or we can choose to be a US resident or a Canadian resident, which will adjust the tax estimates accordingly. So between the UK, Canada, Australia, the Philippines and Thailand, version 4 covers the main destinations for anyone with a portable pension pot, international income or plans to retire abroad. And let's have a look at version 5. Version 5 has a stress test. This takes your plan and runs it against a range of market return assumptions to show how your phase ending balances hold up when markets don't cooperate. Fast, clear, and no configuration required. In version 5 we also have Monte Carlo simulation. This runs 500 simulated retirements. Each run uses randomly varied market returns based on historical volatility. So instead of assuming one fixed growth rate, you're seeing the actual spread of possible futures. The key number here is the success rate. That's the percentage rate of those 500 simulations that end with money still in the pot. Above 85 to 90% and your plan is in solid shape. Below that, and you know you need to enter to either spend less, retire a bit later, or have a contingency ready. This is the kind of analysis that is used that used to mean paying for a financial planner's time. It's running in your browser in a few seconds. The simulation is debounced, meaning you can keep adjusting your withdrawal amounts and it smooths updates without freezing up on you. So, one file format, 5 versions for different levels of complexity. Start with version 1 if you want something clean and focused on the US situation. Work up to version 5 if you want the full toolkit with Canadian, Australian, UK income sources, custom phase timing and Monte Carlo stress testing. All your data stays on your own machine, saves automatically on every change, and exports to JSON or PDF whenever you need it. And here's an example of how I might edit the title and then export that as a scenario, and then if I want to press import, I can then choose to import any of the scenarios that I have previously worked on. So here's one I just imported. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks very much, and let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.